Okay guys, this is just going to be a quick update on my progress on the cutter grinder as of Sunday morning, 2 a.m. on the 26th of June. How far am I going to take it? I still don't know. I just took one crank off I didn't think I was going to touch and smoothed it out very nicely. Still debating on the saddle. I'm going to paint the lower cabinet. I need to get the saddle off. Means taking the oil lines off. So, let me figure out where I put the oiler at. Right here. I did take the oiler off and obviously cleaned it up. Great results. I did find a source for the gasket, the seals, the reservoir itself, the filters in the bottom. I have some other videos showing the disassembly of this. I'm not sure if you're going to see that or not. Currently, the one thing I'm waiting for is my my center tailstock, whatever. I want to give that about 48 hours to dry. I'm putting it out in the sun when the sun is out. Here are all the components. This was a homemade deal. That's a lever for pulling the center in and out. One thing I did that wasn't expected is I pulled this crank handle off. I pulled it out. The inside was really fine, but just the same, I cleaned up the gear, I cleaned up the end, I pushed some paper through there, just dry paper, and then I took the whey oil, or whatever oil that was in the oiler, and coated that shaft. And I'm going to put that in the disengaged position and lock it. Now this one here is a little more complicated. It has an engage and disengage for the rear or the front. A lot more going on here in the body. This gear was going to have to come off at some point to pull this shaft out. And I don't see any clear way to do that. I do have a little Allen screw here. Plenty of screws here on the back. There's a lock on here as well. Well, no, this one doesn't have a lock. This one has a lock. I haven't figured that out yet. I think this graduated dial is supposed to spin or turn. And I believe you can turn that to where you want it and then lock it. And then you can always come back to your number. So that's going to mean getting these things freed up. Well, I don't know 100% for sure that they are supposed to spin, but that's my guess. These handles, really weird. when you look down in these holes, you'd think you would see an Allen wrench, but what you see is splines going this direction. So every one of those holes, you look down into it and you see splines going that way, laterally, I guess. So I don't need to remove that, so I'm not going to worry about that at this point anyway. Here's another calibrated crank where I believe this has a lock in front. And like I said, I believe that dial is supposed to turn. I believe Steve Summers has this machine, and I'm going to get a hold of him. When I look at the back of this, it tells me this doesn't rotate. But this is all cast one piece, and it's even got a nut coming through it holding that lock. I am figuring a lot out as we go. Here's some of the other painted components. Here's some of the non-painted. Not every 4 or 5 days I spray all that down with WD-40. And once again, I am not going to show you all this until I get the table in it. Okay, that's it. Just a quick update. Quick update turned into a long-ass video. I want to thank everybody for your comments and your advice and your information pertaining to whatever project I'm working on. Well, I'm kind of reluctant to take this apart, not having the seals to replace, but I am getting ready to go to a farm and tractor, kind of a supply store, so let's see if we can get this snap ring off. And of course we can. Clean that up. Okay, I think this next one is just pressed in there. We keep going back and forth on whether or not I'm going to take that saddle off. I'm at a point now where it looks like I just have to take off one rubber oil line, and the nut for the screw that moves the table. something to force that thing off. Like I said, I was kind of reluctant to start taking this apart. No, I don't know. Do I need to take that off? This is a good opportunity to clean down here. Looks like a thickish rubber washer. That can just be cleaned up. I don't believe I need to take this off. No reason. This is all the works right here, so I need to remove these 4 screws. I'm wondering what kind of oil I should use on this machine. Instinct tells me whey oil. So I suspect there's going to be a square gasket here. Is that a gasket, or is that's just nastiness. Okay, there's a sponge of sorts underneath there. Well, I think that's worth cleaning up a bit. Definitely worth getting this crap out of here. So I'll pour that oil off to the side. What was that noise? Okay, this is something that I probably could have left alone, but you got to get in there and see. Yeah, I was going to put that in upside down, but I think I'll just put it in exactly the way it came out. There's this heavy piece of felt, which was like this. And there's this ring, which we're going to clean up a little bit. It won't take much just to clean this channel out. What I thought was a point of access, well, actually it is a point of access. There is one opening here in the cast to enable you to get in and pull this ring off. So getting that back in there. Not going to be something to show on camera because It is not going to just snap right in there. Or is it? Yes, I guess it is. Let me try pulling it out. Yeah, it appears just this damaged section. Maybe I should pull that out and repair that. I think that would probably be a good idea. Let's see where it's bent there. Not sure if you're seeing that or not. Surely you can see that. Okay, let me get me some teeny tiny pliers and see if I can't straighten that out. Other than that, this is the oiler. I imagine I would love to see the seal that is in here. But to get to that, either this turns off, which it has some flats on it, or undo this line and screw this bottom off. But I think I'm going to try taking this top ring off and seeing what that seal looks like. This really isn't a seal, it's more of a cushion, I think, and it's definitely damaged. And that just goes right there. Like I said, it's not sealing anything off, it's just a cushion. Let me show you what goes there. Here it is. It basically it's the cushion there. Clean this up a little bit, and there's a teeny tiny snap ring that holds that pivoting handle on. Let's see if I can bring it out. There's that. Uh-oh, here's one I don't recognize. Okay, then there's a lock washer and a lock ring. Okay. Well, that's where we are with the oiler, except for the tank. I did make some headway on the tank. Which is really quite a dramatic change from where we started. Okay, that's just a short little snippet there of where we're going and what we're doing.